Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley and today I'm going to be catching you up on my progress in my bits and pieces project pan. I'm also going to be catching you up on the progress of my house and where I've been for the past 2.5 weeks. I posted on my community tab that things were kind of hectic and that I wasn't going to be able to upload as much as I normally would, and that turned into not uploading at all. So for that I am sincerely sorry. I just had so much going on. So let's talk a little bit about my progress in this project and then we'll get into the other stuff. If this is your first time with us, welcome. My name is Ashley. I do a ton of project panning and beauty content in general, and I created this bits and pieces project pan to try to work through just 50 of sort of the minis or super old items that were in my collection to get them out of the way because I am going to be moving, and I'm going to be moving pretty soon actually, which is so super exciting. This project isn't going quite as quickly as I had hoped for. I've actually only finished, including what we're about to talk about, just over half of the items that I had put aside for this project. As I said, I project pan a lot, so I'm not dedicated completely to these 50 items. It's just kind of a hodgepodge, and you know, it is what it is. So let's go ahead and get into what I have here, not the highlighter, but what I have here in my little completed box. So the first thing that we can talk about is my Soy Fresh Cleanser. I do really enjoy this. I maybe at some point in my life would pick up a full size, but I feel like these little minis come around often enough that I don't think that I have to. It's just a really nice, simple cleanser. It is a gel-based formula, so it doesn't lather, so it also doesn't strip your skin, but it leaves you feeling just really nice afterwards. So definitely a good product. I also finished from Fresh. This is the Lotus Youth Preserve face cream. I loved this. I loved this. This, on the other hand, is one that once I work through some of the other moisturizers that I have kicking around in my collection, I would love to buy a full size of this. It felt so pillowy and wonderful on my skin. I can't say enough good things about it. Also from Fresh, we have the Lotus Youth Preserve Dream Face Night Cream. Is this the one I'm thinking of? Hold on. No, I don't think it is. No. This one was just fine. This one was fine. It is not one that I loved as much as I loved the day cream, but it was fine. From Tarte, I finished off the Rainforest of the Sea Makeup Spray 4-in-1 Setting Mist. I did not like this. This was difficult for me to get through. I didn't feel like it did a whole lot on my skin, but honestly, the scent of this is terrible. It's terrible. It is extremely citrusy, but not like pleasant Ole Hendrix citrusy. No, this is like straight up, if you took Sweet Tarts and like ground them up with a little bit of water and just like inhaled, not cute. I hated this, and the scent also lingered. I have so many other makeup sprays that I prefer over that. I'm glad to be done with it. I also finished off a little mini of the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. I love this primer so much. I have 3 or 4 of these also still in my collection that I am happily going to be working my way through before I finally have to decide whether or not I'm going to spend the coins to purchase a full size, because this is one that I do really like, but is also really bougie and expensive. And then I finished off from Dermalogica the Biolumin C Serum. This surprised me. I forgot that I even used this. I remember literally nothing about this product, so I can't imagine purchasing it. In fact, there are other vitamin C serums like the Ole Hendrix one that I just really love, and because I just don't have any memory of this, I can't imagine purchasing it. So that means that I did complete 6 items from the list of 50, and as I said in the beginning, I am just over halfway done. what is much more than halfway done is the progress on the house that we are building. It is coming together so nicely, and it's so exciting. I'll make sure, as always, to pop up some photos here of kind of where the build is now. It's been so much fun visiting the build site, and it's just so neat watching the whole thing come together. I know when we first went, when the foundation had been poured, it seemed like you couldn't fit a whole house on that bit of foundation, and yet now it's everything that we had anticipated it being. So we're very excited for this to be so close to being finished. Now, we don't have an actual like official completion date or close date on it, but we have kind of a window. So anywhere between like the 1st and the 25th of May is when they're expecting that to occur, which is so exciting. We're very happy about it. But some things sort of escalated because of that when it comes to the house that we currently live in. And we made kind of a last minute decision to actually put the house on the market. First video back, and wouldn't you know, my memory card is full. So what I was talking about was that we ended up putting our house on the market, which was very scary. It's something that we have never done before. And because it was kind of a last minute decision, we had so much work to do in such a compressed and tiny amount of time. It was bonkers. Like, we literally had, what, 10 days or so to get the house completely ready for showings, which was crazy. It was crazy. I mean, we've been in this house for 8 years now. Even if it was just the two of us, we had a lot of stuff, but 3 kids, holy cow. We had painting that needed to be done in the house to make it more marketable. We had some repairs that needed to be done. It needed a full deep clean. We ended up putting so much into storage that we hadn't been anticipating. And it was a massive undertaking to be doing in such a short amount of time. Of course, had I been progressively packing, that would not have been the case, but your girl did not do that. So we literally had such a tiny amount of time to get every single room in this house basically looking lived in but barren. If you've ever sold a house, they want it to look like nobody lives here except that people live here. It's very strange. So we got all that done. Before we started that, I had actually filmed a few things with the intention of trying to edit them while this was going on and put them up so that I would have a few videos going up, but not as many as usual. That did not happen. We literally had no energy. There were so many nights when I was up until 2, 3, 3:30 in the morning working and trying to get things done, get up, do it the next day. It was really difficult, especially because I had nowhere for my kids to go. So it made the days really strange in that there was so much that I needed to do and yet so little that I could do, and meant that everything was being done basically overnight or when the kids were sleeping during their naps and stuff. So it was a lot. It was definitely a lot, but I think it was really very much worth it. So we ended up putting our house on the market, and we went out of town for the weekend. All 3 kids, 2 of the dogs. We have the cat. We boarded the cat because he would tolerate it. The dogs would not. And our house is under contract, which is extremely exciting. We got definitely a really strong offer that we are very grateful for, and it's just moving right along. So we got everything that we wanted from that offer, everything that we needed. It worked out honestly really perfectly. So we are now back. We got back in yesterday after we signed all of the paperwork and everything to go ahead and accept the offer. So we're now back home. I did massively mess up my back. Like, I spent a couple of days where I can't get up. Like once I'm walking around, it's, you know, it's fine, but like sitting down or laying down is extremely painful, and then trying to get up is basically impossible. So I'm gonna be making a doctor's appointment. I've been having pain in my back in this one location specifically, for over a year now, and I should have done something about it. I went and got massages, trying to work it out that way. I really thought maybe it was a chiropractor issue, but now I'm really concerned that I've actually injured myself. So there's that, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated on it. This has gotten very rambly, and I apologize for it. But yes, so house is moving along. This house that we live in now is under contract, which is extremely exciting, and I can't wait to show you the house once it's done. I'm sure that I will do like, I'm hoping I'll be able to do like an empty house walkthrough and all that kind of stuff, just to be able to share it with you guys, since you've been with me on this journey through this project, and it's gonna be really, really cool, and I'm very much looking forward to it. I didn't put an end date on this project pan because we weren't sure exactly what it was going to look like as far as when we were going to be moving and the completion. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a completion date of June. And I'm doing that because this has been kind of an every other month update anyway. And given that this is the April update and we're going to be actually closing and moving in May, I'm just going to do the finale for it in June. Hopefully, I will have gotten much further into the progress in the items. I know that there are some that just will not be done, and I have to be okay with that, but I'm hoping that I can get, if I can get 45 of the 50 completed, I will be incredibly excited about that. So again, I apologize for being gone so long. I hope that you guys understand that life just kind of took over, and had I been more organized, maybe it wouldn't have been so bad. But all we can do is learn from our experiences, and hopefully I won't find myself in that kind of position again, because we had so much decluttering to do, and I am always learning about myself, but I really struggled so much with everything that I own, because I have a hard time letting go of things. I have a hard time letting go of things that are sentimental to me. I have a hard time letting go of things that I feel like still have usefulness to them, which is something I absolutely inherited from my mom. And so I struggled very, very hard with letting go of things. For example, one of the closets in my house was full of clothes that I wore prior to my first pregnancy, and I was deluding myself into believing that I would be able to fit into them again. That was even before I was pregnant with the twins. Like, my body is different now. I have to be okay with that, and I have to accept that. As much as I loved some of those clothes and desperately would love to wear them again, I'm not going to, and I need to be okay with letting go of them. So I struggled so much with the decluttering process, but I'm really hoping that I can take those lessons into what I own and try to remove myself a little bit from those feelings. I'm definitely never going to be somebody who is okay with just buying and throwing away, and if we need it, we can buy it again. Like, for me, I can't bring myself to do that. My husband's a little bit more that way. He's like, if we're not using it, get rid of it. We can always buy it again if we need it. And it's not that he's wrong. I am built a little bit differently than that. So I'm definitely never going to be someone who just throws things away or donates them or whatever the case may be, and then just buy them again if you need them, because I feel like that's crazy wasteful. But I also don't need to hold on to everything with every eventuality or possibility in mind, because that's not sustainable either. So I'm hoping to find someplace in the middle and be very comfortable with that, because I had a lot of stuff. I still had stuff that was packed from when we moved into this house that might have still been packed from the last time that I moved, because there were things that I just felt like I needed to hold on to. But in my mind, if I haven't looked at something in 8 years and I don't remember that I own it, why is it that when I see it, I still have so much trouble letting go of it? If it just evaporated from my life, I would have never known the difference and I would have been fine. And so that's what I'm trying to kind of make peace with, is that if I didn't remember that I had it, why am I keeping it? So, sorry, very much off topic there as well. I would love to know your thoughts and opinions on that. Am I the only one out there who kind of falls into that trap, so to speak, of, well, I might use it someday, or I really want to use it someday, or I've had this as a gift for as long as I can remember, but I'm never going to put it out anywhere. Let me know how you feel about those things and how you deal with them, because I will take any sort of advice that is out there. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up because this is, again, incredibly rambly. If you have stuck with me this long, thank you. Thank you so much. I am so appreciative of every single one of you, so thank you. As always, everything that I'm wearing as well as everything that I'm working on is gonna be linked in the description box below. And if you have not yet subscribed, I hope that you'll consider doing so. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I hope that you're having an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye.